Today we are experiencing a Jupiter-Mercury square. This is nice. This is nice. Now, squares are of the nature of Mars. Usually they're considered a hard aspect. That doesn't mean that it's a bad aspect. It does not mean that this is a negative transit. Jupiter is the great benefic, right? Mercury has to do with our mind. Mercury is the go-between, okay? Communication, translation, travel, ideas. Now, Mercury and Jupiter are natural opposites. Why? Because Jupiter is the expansive, it's God. It's the guru planet, right? It has to do with spirituality, with moral law, with expansion, growth, optimism. Yet Mercury is very logical, right? So now Mercury is in Libra, 22 degrees of Libra. Jupiter is at 22 degrees of Cancer. I believe that there's Cancer. So Cancer could be a significant sign today. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. Mercury and Jupiter together, this can be like refinement of an idea. Something that we've been working on. Something might kind of infuse it together. There could be something that has been developing that with this aspect, maybe it's adding the necessary pieces that you need to make it all happen. There could be something that is revealed. Let's see. Is there any other signs that we need to look at today? Any other part of the chart? We could get to revisit something here. With having Uranus and Gemini, one of Mercury's signs, we could be having a lot of innovation. A lot of downloads from Spirit. Pay attention to the signs, people. My voice is mostly back, but not all the way. Is there any other? There we go. I knew Libra needed to come out. Jupiter is in Cancer. Oh, and guess what? Mercury is in Libra. I guess we don't really need any other signs. Sagittarius might be significant. Sag. Ideals. Okay. So, what is the energy for today? I really like it, you know? I mean, I had some crazy insight last night. I had a crazy download. And no, I'm not ready to tell you guys about it yet. It'll come out eventually. Ribbit? Okay, message. So, yeah. You could be really getting some downloads from Spirit. You could be really, really getting some downloads from Spirit right now. Okay? So Jupiter is like our witness consciousness. It's kind of like our right brain. It's this expansive knowing, right? Whereas Mercury kind of represents our logical brain, our rational mind. So that's why they're kind of natural opposites. And so there might be some sort of fusion between these two. We're hoping. That's kind of what we need with Uranus and Gemini. This is how Uranus and Gemini is going to make or break us. Because Uranus, the eccentric one, the revolutionary one, okay, the innovative one, it could either be making us overly sizzled out, where we're going back, forth between the two of Gemini. Gemini represents the two halves of our brain as well. Okay? So it could either like really fry us out, like short circuit between the two, or we could be utilizing this to understand these things and to infuse them together. This is how we innovate in the right way with having Uranus and Gemini. Now I'm getting a message here about, wow, guys, we're really starting to see how our thoughts create our reality. We're really starting to see how our emotions are affected by what we're thinking, by where we're placing our intention. We're starting to have balance between the halves. This is Libra. I don't know why they fucking call it balance, because Libra is not about balance. I'm going to remind you guys of this. These are the types of things that Toad likes to debunk. It's not about balance, it's about the scales. The scales aren't always fucking balanced. Okay, let's get into the tarot. Let's get ready to rumble. Is it going to be a 5 of Wands? Why did I say that? Queen of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. Let's see if that comes back out. Hi guys! If you don't know me, my name is Toad. And I'm here with your daily transmission from the Toad realm. Cards for today. 3 of Water. 3 of Cups is the first card. What about it? Celebration, reunion. Life starts at the 3, you know. We go from the 2, which is the blocking, black and white thinking. Remember I was talking about Uranus. This is the thing. We got to stay at the 3. Life starts at 3. That's totemism. Meaning it relates to the Empress. Like when we go from the High Priestess number 2 to the Empress, that's when we separate from the mother and then meet her. You know? We start to live. That's when form begins. Because in the beginning, first there was the light. And then there was the separation of the light and the dark. That's the 2. First there was the 1. Then the light was separated from the dark. That's the 2. Right? But just 2 is not form yet. You can connect them, but it just makes a line. It's 2-dimensional. And think about energy moving back and forth between those 2 points. It creates a wall. So yes, the 2 is what creates physical reality. The 2 is what creates the veil and allowed us to forget. But the 3, when they added the 3rd point, when the first added the 3rd point, form was made. Triangle. The trine. And it was good. And he was pleased. Because there was form. You guys hearing me? Okay, so first you go to the 2. We love the 2 of Cups, right? But you got to get to the 3 eventually. What was that? The moon. Oh, there she is again. Okay, Queen of Wands. We're talking about the Queen of Wands today. This could be a message for my feminine torchbearers. Doesn't have to be. It could be for everyone. You could be a fire sign. You don't have to be. We also have, maybe she's a Sag. You know, that's a fire sign. But we have all the signs within us. Jeez Louise. But she is fiery. She's passionate. She's creative. She's attractive. She is confident. What about her? Okay. What else? Thank you, God. Oh my gosh. And the Queen of Cups. So she's also really sweet. We have a woman here. Maybe she's the Empress, right? We got a 3. We are all emperors and we're all empresses. But she could be particularly fiery and particularly intuitive, particularly kind, emotional. The water element has to do with the soul, the spirit, the emotional body. What was that? I can't even cut this deck. There she is. What did I say? Guys! She's the Empress. She knows it. 3. It's the triangle. I'm loving this reading. Okay. Guys, it's a really nice transit. Okay, well, what about this woman? What about the Empress? Cancer is also the sign of the moon, the mother. Libra. It's a masculine sign, but it has to do with Venus. The Empress, of course, has to do with Venus. Well, sister. Oh, my God, so many people. Okay, now we have the Sister of Fire, which is the Page of Wands. So it doesn't have to be a female. This is someone holding a new beginning in fire. We had the Page of Wands yesterday, right? Exciting new potential. New exciting adventure. Something is like innovation. Someone is getting an idea. And look, Judgment. Now we have Judgment. There's something destined. We got Judgment twice yesterday. That was a big part of the reading. Someone's really fucking realizing their potential. Someone's fucking stepping into their Empress mode. Someone's realizing that they are spiritual royalty. And they're doing what is necessary when it comes to that. The real way to like manifest, you know, is to just sit energetically like you are it. Like you are what you want to be. It doesn't matter what's going on in your 3D reality. It does not matter. There could be a lot of things around you that make you feel like you are not the Empress or you are not the Emperor. Okay? But you just need to feel like you are. Put yourself in that feeling state. Eventually, the physical will catch up. Feel it. Oh my God. 7 of Wind. That's the 7 of Swords. It says many tongues here. It's kind of, let me see. King of Wands. Okay, we got the King and the Queen of Wands. He's coming reversed. King of Cups. Oh God, these fucking divine counterpart readings. So the first two cards were the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. She's coming up right. But then we have an imbalanced King of Wands and an imbalanced King of Cups. Pretty sure this is all aspects of the same person. And I am seeing the Seven of Swords. But we have the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. We got a sacred cord between someone. I love it in this deck. See the infinity? Their arms. Another fucking divine counterpart reading. Here we go. Oh, Emperor reversed. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? The Emperor's not feeling like the Emperor. What is this about? Okay, there's some... Holy shit, guys. The Emperor needs to rise up to his potential. He needs to start believing in himself. What is going on with this? There could be an Empress dealing with someone who's not an Emperor. You know, I've been doing this for a really long time. The Kings and the Queens, the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck, the Emperor and the Empress, you know. There's movement happening. There is movement happening, guys. Now, I just want to know why the Emperor is coming up so reversed. Because, again, I'm talking to a huge collective here. A huge collective. So I cannot give everyone the same message. Because some of us are dealing with divine counterparts. Some of us are dealing with our match. And others of us are not. Others of us are being shown where the imbalance is. Are being shown what we want. That's what towers do. That's what the tower moment does. Is it helps us understand our foundation. It helps us understand what we want and what we don't want. Our hard yeses and our hard no's. Our needs and our boundaries. Every time we spin around the wheel and we have a tower, a disappointment, something doesn't work out, we realize that something wasn't built on the firm foundations. We add to our understanding so that the next time around, we can know a little bit better. Yeah, okay. Ace of Pentacles with the Nine of Pentacles here. Another like Empress type card. She's the single lady, single and loving it. Someone wants to offer her, someone's planning. Okay. I think someone's planning on offering her something. Let me see. There's potential. Someone wants to offer Four of Wands. Okay. Four of Wands again. I literally just said it. I was looking at the Four of Wands, how it came out in this one. This is my card, guys. This is the card of celebration, of building your life on joy, on your passions, on what you love to do. Celebrating with your people. Openness. What was that? The sun. The sun just like flew out. Did you hear my voice? The sun just flew out and landed on top of the Emperor and the Empress. It's a card of union, clarity. It's getting through the dark. So there's something becoming very clear. Something is becoming very clear. I still want to know why the Emperor is coming reversed. Why all these kings are coming reversed. Like, what's going on with him? You emperors, you have to believe in yourself. I think that's just what it is. Yep. Ace of Wands. Boner card. Boner card. Yep. Devil. Someone wants it. Someone wants it by Nine of Pentacles again. Someone wants that lady. Yep. Someone's got an offer. Someone's got an offer. Ugh, God. I think what's going on is I'm picking up on several different situations here. I mean, I always am. But maybe I should get an animal medicine card. Maybe a fairy card. We're talking about some divine counterparts. I think that I have to talk about that. Because the reason I have to be really careful, okay? Because a lot of what Toad does is debunks things. Is really wants to clarify some things in like the spiritual realm. And it's obviously like a big thing that people are talking about is this like twin flame journey thing. Yet it can steer people off course. And I think it's designed to do that. I think it's all part of the awakening and part of the test and the lesson of it all. Okay? What I really want people to do is to get the terms out of your mind. You know, we need to stop thinking, oh, there's twin flames and then there's soulmates and there's a difference and we're supposed to, some people believe that we're supposed to be with one and other people believe we're supposed to be with another. But it doesn't really matter. It's all about vibration. It's all about vibration. We come into alignment when we start to vibrate like the Empress, when we start to really settle into our femininity, our true divine femininity, ladies, then it doesn't matter who the emperor ends up being. It'll end up being the right one, okay? Now, it's all about finding your vibrational match, okay? And sometimes we come together with people and we're vibrating in one way and it's a match, you know? But then sometimes one person or the other vibrates, grows, and changes and elevates, changes their vibration. And maybe the other one doesn't. So she'll start to align with a different emperor, or he will start to align with a different empress. And it doesn't mean that there's never just one person. Okay? We can all rise up to be our divine self. We are destined sometimes to come into union in our lifetime or not. Okay? But it's not necessarily with a particular person. Now, this is the hard part. This is hard for me to get out. Now, I'm going to talk more and more about this. I want people to ask me questions about this stuff. It's easier for me to bounce off other people. That's why I needed to start a podcast, so I'm not just rambling into a fucking microphone. What was I going to say? It's like our physical bodies isn't really the point, you know? It's more about a soul alignment when it comes to our divine counterparts. It's like someone might do it and then they're like, oh, maybe not, maybe next lifetime, or maybe with the next person, you know, maybe later. They're still your soulmates. They're still people like, you know, people talk about false twins a lot. It's not that there are false twins. It's that we're getting closer. It's that we're starting to open up and start to be awakened to this part of the path. But it doesn't mean that we're trying to be tricked. It's like, everyone we come in contact with, whether or not they're romantic partners or friends or not, or enemies, we're all trying to teach each other something. We're all trying to help each other learn. So maybe they're not your person after all. That doesn't mean that they weren't. It doesn't mean that they're not divine. It doesn't mean that you weren't a perfect match at one time. What the fuck? Oh my god! Weasel! Stealth. Who's being stealthy? Seven of Swords is that sneaky card. It's the lying, cheating, and stealing. Someone's being sneaky. What the fuck? What? Alright, what else? If I get the fucking rabbit again, or the coyote. Blue heron. Okay, thank God. Both of them are kind of coming reversed a little bit. I also see armadillo. Define fucking counterpart readings. What? Maybe someone's just moving in silence. Like someone could have been watching someone, you know, with the Seven of Swords. Many tongues. It's kind of like, I want to put this together. I want to figure this out, guys. There's a new something. All right. From the fairies. Fairies, please. Fairy energy. What do I need to know about this sacred cord, about this, what we're talking about here, these emperors? What's going on? Please clarify. Please help us understand the message of this reading. This bodacious bodak, singer of transfiguration. The bodacious bodak did come out before. We should read him this time. Is there anything else? Topsy-turvets. That's what's on the back. And we have the gotcha. I hate giving messages like this, guys, but some empress out there is dealing with someone kind of sneaky. There is an emperor reversed. There is someone who's trying to be a little controlling. There is someone trying to be a little manipulative, okay? I don't know who this message is for. Weasel in the contrary. So look out for intrigue. Someone may be using covert tactics to weasel into the hen house. Perhaps you should lock your doors and dress your teenager like a nun. Or perhaps you may be lying to yourself about something you know to be true. This can be a lie on any level. For instance, storming the refrigerator at 3 a.m. and telling yourself no one will miss the half-eaten portion of pie. If you scratch someone else's automobile in a parking lot, leave a note. Don't slink away. Don't slink away just because you can. Honesty to self and others is of the utmost importance. I think this is different for everyone. I think there could be a couple different people. Boundaries, armadillo. Someone needs to have boundaries with someone. Someone is getting walked over. There is a manipulative emperor about. Okay. Empress. Come on, don't give too much. This is the thing. Okay, so this is another thing I have to say about divine counterparts, all right? So if empresses, if you are dealing with someone who you're chasing after, that's not your emperor. If you're having to reach out all the time, if you're the one having to initiate and whatever, you know, that is not your emperor. Or he's not stepping into his emperor role yet. He's not in his masculinity. A true masculine man is going to approach the woman. He's going to want to provide. He's going to want to protect. He's going to want to reach out. Okay. You need to sit in your femininity. Sit in your femininity, you know? Blue heron. Okay. Well, with armadillo, it's like, we need to have boundaries. Its medicine is part of its body. Its boundaries of safety are part of its total being. Armadillo can roll into a ball and never be penetrated by enemies. Okay, there's another thing with this Empress. You are very protected, okay? You need to remember that. All you Empresses, if you really, this is another thing with the divine counterparts, with us when we become our divine selves, okay? The Empresses, they need a protector. A true emperor is a protector, okay? A true Empress is, so you do, until you find your true emperor, there's going to be people that want to come in and take your light. So protect yourself. Protect yourself. An imbalanced emperor is going to take. An emperor in reverse is going to take. And an empress is going to give. Is going to give until she has nothing left to give. That is when you're imbalanced, okay? It's just, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep giving all of my love and all of my energy to this person when they're not giving enough back, okay? Now when it comes, it's like, so ladies, Empresses, if you really want to start this, if you really want to be the Empress, you have to sit back. You have to know your worth. You have to wait, and you have to check the foundation. You have to check and see, are all my boxes being checked? Are all the elements there? Is there something that's lacking here? Because an Emperor reverse, there's something missing. Okay, so someone is feeling overly self-conscious or something, like over perfection. Yeah, okay. There is another emperor out there, so I'm talking to several. There is another emperor out there who just doesn't believe that he's the emperor. Who just, he thinks that he needs to be perfect in order to be the emperor, and that's not the case. It just needs to be, you know, a true emperor and a true empress, they dedicate themselves to being the best. It doesn't mean that they are the best. They dedicate themselves to this path, to the toad code, right? They check their elements and they try to improve where they can. I think for some empresses out there, something has been revealed. Something has been revealed with Gotcha. I think what's being revealed is that they've been dealing with a reversed emperor. I think there are some empresses out there who realize that they've been dealing with a manipulator, with someone who's being a little too sneaky, someone being a little too Weasley. Remember the secrets card? Remember the rabbit card? Because Gotcha is sudden shock, unexpected events, and rude awakenings. Yeah, it's the tower moment. Gotcha in a reading. Gotcha. You've been tricked. There is an empress who thought that they had an emperor. There is an empress out there who thought. I talked about these fake twins. These, like, that's what it is. I'm coming back around to it. I just saw 108 and now I'm seeing 111. That's it. I think there's another emperor that has come in and revealed something to this empress. Okay. Something has revealed that she's been dealing with a bodacious bodak, that she's been dealing with a weasel. Something has flipped upside down. There's been someone who has been meddling. There could be some sort of energy of, oh, fuck, that's weird. Someone's trying to steer you off course. There's an emperor. For my empresses out there, there has been a masculine who is not in his divine self, who is trying to steer you off course. Meddling, tampering, sabotage, helpful fixing, in order. Someone somewhere is meddling uninvited in the issue. It may be you. Interesting. Singer of Transfiguration, number 11. So someone has been kind of like being sneaky again with that Bodacious Bodak energy. Someone's kind of meddling, being a little... The Singer of Transfiguration. Metamorphosis. Yeah, I really do feel that there's a vibrational... Something's changing. Something's changing. Yeah. The Singer of Transfiguration tells us that we have been through the gate. Something is being revealed with the fucking Mercury Jupiter. Something is being revealed, guys. The Singer of Transfiguration tells us that we have been through the gate. We have passed through the initiation process, and we have reached a new way of being, reflecting deep transformation within ourselves. Things will never again be what they once were. Things will never be seen in the same way by us, and this is a good thing. This singer's joyful, passionate, bright blaze of color heralds a time of fulfillment and accomplishment. Come on, ladies. You're starting to see my empresses. You're starting to see where you've been giving too much. Someone is not treating you like an empress. Someone is not treating you like an empress. There is a King of Wands character out there who is not being a torchbearer, who is not an emperor, okay? He's not ready to be his divine self yet. So you need to start sitting in your empress mode and waiting. Your emperor is going to come. Your emperor is going to come. It is kind of like a test. This is kind of like a test, guys. These like false twins, if you want to call them that. It's not a false twin. It's just that we're getting closer. It's just that you're getting closer. So as you get closer to coming into union, even if you haven't met your actual person yet, even if you haven't even met your emperor yet or your empress yet, then you're going to come in contact with people who help you understand your blockages, who help you understand your trauma, who help you understand what holds you back from coming into union. Okay? That's what's happening. Yeah, we are flipping our perspective on something. We're starting to see something clearly. This is for someone specific. But let me see this though, because I'm kind of confused about why we got the Two of Cups like this. There could be a new connection, I feel like, for this Empress. Yeah, that's what it is. Ace of Cups. Or she's really just coming back to herself. Really just seeing how to keep her cup full. She's been seeing that she's been draining herself. There's an Empress that is so tired of giving too much. She's really stepping into her Empress mode. She's realizing that no, a true divine feminine waits for an emperor. And I do think that she is seeing that with the Two of Cups. There could be soul contracts that are completing right now. There could be some soul contracts with one person who is completing, and then she could be coming into union with someone else. Let me see. Is that true? This is interesting. Yep. Queen of Wands. I think this one. 3 Wands. Yeah. Keeping the perspective open. Okay. So last message for my queens, because this one is definitely for my divine feminines. Like this is definitely for my ladies. Okay. We need to see clearly. If they are not acting like an emperor, if they are not approaching, showing interest in you, a true divine masculine is going to show interest, is going to see you and be like, no, that's my lady. He's going to know. He's going to know and he's going to feel it. When a divine masculine finds a divine feminine, he acts like a divine masculine and she acts like a divine feminine. Does that make sense? I think that so what does happen is that we get into these relationships or we get into these situations where with people who are not quite our match, right? And it helps bring out the last blocks. It helps show us our fear. It helps show us our limitations that are holding us back from coming into union with our true divine counterparts. Okay? So we get tested. It's just that simple, okay? But you have to be able to see clearly because it can be a trap. Oh my God. 2 of Cups. Guys, is there someone new I want to see. Is this someone new? I really do think it's someone new.